What was a loophole that you found and exploded the hell out of? Our school had this absurd policy where every missed class dropped your grade by 3%, unless you had a university-sanctioned excuse. Most students just faked doctor's notes, but that seemed too risky. One bad forgery and you're facing academic dishonesty charges. I was desperate for a better solution. Professor Devereaux's 8 a.m. economics lectures were unbearable, and Professor Kapoor took attendance like it was a military roll call. Missing even one class could tank your final grade. During a particularly boring lecture about trade policy, I started reading through the student handbook instead of taking notes. On page 43, buried in section 4.2 of the attendance policy, I found it. Participation in university-sponsored organizations and events shall be considered excused absences with proper documentation from the organization leader. That night, I created the University Strategic Chess Association with my roommate Theo. We registered it through the Student Activities Portal, which automatically approved any club with fewer than 10 members without staff review or faculty advisor. Took about 15 minutes total. Theo became president, and I was vice president and tournament coordinator. We created official letterhead with a university logo, made tournament schedules, and even designed certificates of participation. The first test came when I wanted to skip Kapoor's Friday morning class. I submitted an official-looking letter explaining I needed to attend the Midwest Collegiate Chess Invitational that required my departure Thursday evening. Theo signed as club president, and I forged a random signature as the tournament organizer. When I walked into class the following Monday, I was sweating. Professor Kapoor was notorious for verifying excuses. She'd once called a student's doctor right during class to confirm an appointment. I watched her eyes narrow as she reviewed attendance. When she looked at me without comment, I knew we were golden. The scheme expanded from there. I missed midterms for championship qualifiers and finals week for an international youth tournament. My elaborate excuse letters included tournament brackets, competitor lists, and even fake news clippings about our achievements. By junior year, I'd gotten cocky. I submitted excuses for 3 consecutive weeks of classes, claiming our team qualified for nationals. Professor Devereaux actually congratulated me in front of everyone. Our very own chess champion. Perhaps your strategic thinking explains your excellent grades despite your frequent absences. The other students looked confused. I'd never mentioned being a chess player. One girl who actually competed in chess tournaments gave me a suspicious look and later asked what opening strategies I preferred. I mumbled something about preferring to improvise and avoided her thereafter. Over 4 semesters, I competed in 27 tournaments across 3 states, never attended a single chess event, never even played chess. I couldn't tell a rook from a bishop. The risk grew when the student paper wanted to interview me about our success. I claimed our team preferred to maintain a low profile due to competitive advantages. Somehow, this made us seem even more legitimate. My professors couldn't figure out why I maintained perfect grades despite missing so many classes. Other students lost points over legitimate illnesses because their doctor's notes looked suspicious, while I waltzed in with increasingly elaborate chess tournament documentation. Senior year, disaster nearly struck. The Dean of Student Affairs, impressed by our accomplishments, allocated funding for us to host a regional tournament. Theo and I panicked. We created a detailed proposal with impossibly specific requirements that the university couldn't possibly meet, forcing us to regretfully decline the opportunity. The scheme worked flawlessly until 2 years after graduation. I was at work when my phone rang. University number. The new dean had tried to contact our chess club about hosting a real collegiate tournament and discovered the club had mysteriously disappeared after I graduated, with no records of meetings or tournaments. I never violated any rule. The club was registered properly, and the policy never specified the organization had to be active or that I needed to actually attend the events I claimed to participate in. The following semester, they rewrote the attendance policy to specify active participation in university organizations verified by a faculty advisor. I heard they now call it the chess club clause. My degree still hangs on my wall.